The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the impossible readings flashed across every display. Mia stood frozen at her navigation console aboard the Stellar Wanderer, her violet eyes widening as she processed the data streaming in from deep space sensors. "Ken, you need to see this," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of the ship's engines. Ken pushed away from the engineering station, his tall frame moving swiftly across the bridge. He leaned over her shoulder, studying the holographic display that rotated before them. The Sol system, humanity's birthplace, had just reappeared in the exact coordinates where it had vanished a millennium ago. That's impossible," Ken muttered, running a hand through his dark hair. The Sol system disappeared in 2157. Every race in the galaxy searched for it. Earth, Mars, the outer colonies, all gone in an instant. Mia's fingers danced across the controls, pulling up historical archives. Images of old Earth filled the screen. Blue oceans, green continents, sprawling cities of glass and steel. It had been humanity's cradle. Lost before either of them had been born, the surviving humans had scattered across the galaxy, becoming refugees, mercenaries, traders, whatever they needed to survive in a cosmos that had moved on without their homeworld. "The Council needs to know," Mia said, initiating the quantum communication link. Within hours, ships from every major galactic civilization converged on the Sol system's coordinates. The Xylar Dominion sent their war dreadnoughts, massive vessels bristling with plasma cannons. The Zenthi Collective dispatched their science fleets, eager to understand the phenomenon. Even the enigmatic void dwellers emerged from their dark matter habitats to witness the return. But what they found defied every expectation. Earth had not simply reappeared, it had evolved and piloted the Stellar Wanderer into the system, keeping a respectful distance from the massive fleet of vessels already in orbit around Earth. The planet looked different. Ancient cities were gone, replaced by structures that seemed to grow organically from the landscape itself. Rings of impossible architecture orbited the planet, shimmering with energy that registered on no known spectrum. "They're hailing us," Mia announced, her hands trembling slightly. "All frequencies. Multiple languages, including ancient English." The view screen flickered to life, revealing a woman whose features were unmistakably human, yet somehow more. Her eyes held depths that suggested centuries of experience, and when she spoke, her voice carried harmonics that resonated through the ship's hull itself. "Welcome home, children of Earth scattered to the stars. We are the returned, and we bring greetings from humanity's next chapter." The Galactic Council's emergency session convened within the day. Mia and Ken represented the scattered human diaspora, standing before the assembled representatives of 200 civilizations. The Xylar Supreme Commander, a being of crystalline structure and barely contained aggression, slammed a manipulator appendage on the council table. "This is a violation of the Galactic Covenant," the commander roared. "No civilization may develop dimensional technology without council oversight. Earth's disappearance was clearly a violation, and their return suggests capabilities that threaten galactic stability." Ken stepped forward, his voice calm but firm. "With respect, Commander, humanity didn't violate anything. Earth didn't leave voluntarily. We were victims of a cosmic phenomenon we couldn't control or predict." "Then explain their current capabilities," hissed the Zenthi representative, its neural tendrils writhing with agitation. "Our scans show Earth has technology centuries beyond anything in the known galaxy. Dimensional stabilizers, quantum flux reactors, even hints of temporal manipulation." Mia pulled up the data they'd received from the returned. "Because they had 1,000 years. While only 1,000 years passed for us, Earth experienced subjective time differently. They weren't in our dimension. They were caught in a bubble of accelerated space-time. For them, millions of years passed. They had time to evolve, to advance, to become something more than they were." The council chamber erupted in dozens of languages simultaneously. Fear, anger, and suspicion rippled through the assembly. Humanity had always been seen as a scrappy but ultimately insignificant species, useful for their adaptability and creativity, but never a major power. Now their homeworld had returned with technology that made the rest of the galaxy look primitive. "This changes nothing about our intentions," a voice boomed through the chamber. The returned representative had arrived, a man who introduced himself as Ambassador Chen, though the title felt almost quaint given the power he radiated. Humanity has always valued cooperation and coexistence. Our advancement doesn't threaten you, it offers opportunity. The Xylar commander rose, weapons systems on the Dominion fleet powering up across every tactical display. You expect us to simply accept a potential hegemon in our midst? To trust that you won't use your power to dominate? Ambassador Chen smiled, and with a gesture, every weapon system in the Xylar fleet powered down. No hostile action, just a gentle demonstration that the returned could disable their weapons at will if they chose. We expect you to remember that humanity has spent 1,000 years scattered among your worlds, Chen said softly.
Mia and Ken here. They represent millions of humans who've lived, loved, and built lives across your civilizations.
We didn't return to conquer. We returned to reunite with our children and to share what we've learned. Mia felt tears streaming down her face. For her entire life, she'd been an outsider, a human without a home, watching other species return to their native worlds while she drifted between the stars. Ken squeezed her hand gently, his own eyes bright with emotion. "What are you proposing?" the Zenthi representative asked, curiosity overriding suspicion. "A new age," Ambassador Chen replied. "Earth will share its advances, not as weapons, but as tools. Clean energy that could power every world in the galaxy, medical technology that could extend lifespans across species, transportation systems that could unite the galaxy like never before. All we ask in return is what humanity has always wanted, a place to belong." The debate raged for days, but gradually, the tide shifted. The scattered humans, people like Mia and Ken who'd built bridges between species for generations, advocated for their homeworld. They'd proven humanity's worth through their actions, earning trust one relationship at a time. When the vote finally came, it was close but decisive. Earth would be welcomed back into the galactic community, not as a threat, but as a partner. As the stellar wanderer descended toward Earth's surface for the first time, Mia stared out at the world her ancestors had called home. The planet glowed with bioluminescent forests and cities that seemed to exist in harmony with nature, rather than dominating it. "Think they'll let refugees like us come home?" Ken asked quietly. Mia turned to him, a smile breaking across her face like dawn. "Ken, we never left. We've been carrying Earth with us all along. In our hearts, our determination, our refusal to give up. We just didn't know it was carrying us too." The ship touched down on the landing platform and the doors opened to reveal a world reborn. Humanity had disappeared for 1,000 years, scattered and lost. But it had returned transformed, not to shatter the galaxy, but to help remake it into something better. And in that moment, every human across the stars felt it. They were finally home.